Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 SHFM business meeting. Very different than in years past, and we appreciate everybody dialing in that's called in, so thank you very much. Before we begin our formal business meeting, I'd like to begin today by thanking our conference sponsors. While we would normally thank our sponsors in our business meeting, I felt that this is appropriate today to thank the companies who stood with us during these extremely difficult times. I encourage all of you to visit their virtual exhibits and please schedule appointments with them during our virtual national conference. Learn more about the products they have to help each of you in your businesses, and please join me in thanking the sponsors on your screen. I'd like to bring everyone's attention that we are recording today's session and then we'll have it available on the SHFM website should anyone wish to review it in the future. It states in our bylaws that we hold an annual meeting of the association to receive annual reports and transact the business of the society. Today's virtual meeting is the perfect opportunity to update members on the state of the association. I would like to call the annual business meeting to order. Mr. President-elect, do we have a quorum?
Yes, Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to ask for the financial report from our treasurer, Rob Gebhardt, RG, otherwise affectionately known as RG3.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Rob. So as SHFM treasurer, my role is to monitor the funds of the society and to work with our management company to report to the board our financial progress throughout the year. Our goal is to ensure we are managing the funds of the society contributed from both members and sponsors to achieve the mission of SHFM. The SHFM fiscal year ends December 31st. We changed our fiscal year back to a calendar year model at the end of 2019. With so many metrics, including membership and sponsorship being measured on a calendar year, the board decided to return to this structure. With this new fiscal format, I will be reporting on the most recent financial period, October 2020. We ended the month with total cash and investments of approximately $874,750. This includes approximately $205,000 in our operating account, with the balance remaining consisting of our reserve investment portfolio. Additionally, we have accounts receivable in the amount of approximately $111,000, mostly from sponsorship. As of October 31st, the society remains nearly on budget for the year. With our investment income, the society is slightly ahead of budget by approximately $8,500. As we look ahead to the end of the year and our fiscal cycle, we are hopeful that with the savings we expect and the income yet to be received, the society will break even for the year. While these uncertain times make it difficult to project financially into the future, we do remain confident in the security of our financial future. SHFM is financially healthy due to the generous support of our sponsors, active engagement of our members, and the overall success of SHFM events throughout the year, and also cost-saving measures that have been taken where possible. Additionally, SHFM has implemented an investment strategy that includes diversifying with a bond fund. We will continue to explore the best options for investing our reserves, including making investments back into the society. As of October 31st, we have made approximately $10,000 from our investment strategy during a very volatile year. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to serve as the SHFM treasurer. You can certainly trust that the board will continue to make sound financial decisions to grow the society and to act on behalf of the members. Thank you.
Rob, you're muted, sir.
Back to you, Rob.
Sorry about that. Apologies. I had to be quiet. That's not usually like me, so apologies, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you, Rob. I just wanted to say our next report's coming from Shane Varnum, our senior supplier, chair of the Industry Advisory Board, and friend to us all. Take it away, Shane.
Thank you, Rob. The Industry Advisory Board is made up of supplier members who are involved in developing programs that will benefit the society, its members, and all supplier members and sponsors. Our goal is to make participation in the association a valuable experience for the supplier members to build their networks and business opportunities for all members by offering new product and service resources and partnerships. Our activities have focused on the 2020 sponsorship program, which is an annual project to review and make recommendations for improvement. The IAB is very pleased to continue its involvement in crafting the sponsorship program and also its partnership we feel in the Society's leadership and its members. Additionally, the IAB offered its first educational programming in many years with a virtual industry insight session, The Future of Work, Predictions for a New Abnormal with Dr. Tracy Bowers. I would like to thank Frank LaRusso for making that happen. A great connection there to Frank. We are extremely pleased to say that the session was very well received, and be sure to watch for future installments of the IAB Insights as this pandemic is far from over, but together we will get through it. On a quick side note, off script, I do want to absolutely give a shout out to Tony and the entire FSA management team. This has been certainly an extraordinary year. And as I like to say, I can't wait till it's the answer to a trivia question. Finally, we will once again be holding an event that's near and dear to my heart and many others, the Hunger Awareness Fundraising Initiative, better known as Hunger Games. Hunger Games will be held this year on December 3rd from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We will announce our total during the event of our virtual conference. I will say that we're only $10,000 away from giving a total of $100,000 since the beginning of our hunger awareness efforts. Absolutely outstanding. I'm confident that we'll be able to get to that $100,000 mark with everyone's generous contributions. I would like to thank the group that has done an amazing job putting together a terrific event, and planning is sure to be fun. And I know we'll all participate in it, and it certainly will be different, but we will always have fun. If you cannot attend this year's hunger awareness event, Hunger Games, I still encourage you to participate if you can by simply logging on to the SHFM website. Again, thank you to everybody. The board, it's been an absolute pleasure and an honor. Thank you all.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. And thank you very much for serving as our IAB chair this year. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to David Wickstrom and Bob Klockner for leading this year's Hunger Games event. I'd also like to take this time to introduce and thank the SHFM Board of Directors, who have dedicated their time and effort into making this organization the best it can be, especially during a year like this. We've called on the board at last minutes and a number of times to help us with decisions, and everyone has been very thoughtful and very caring in our process. So we would not be here today without your direction and your support. Damian Monticello, President-elect, Florida Blue and Guidewell Company, and happy to hand this over to Mr. Damian coming up next. Rob Gebhardt, RG3, Treasurer from JLL. Christy Noyes, SHFM Foundation Chair from Systopia International. Shane Varnum, our Senior Supplier from Hobart, and who's not able to join us today, but a great thank you to Rob Guile, our immediate past president and my mentor. Our directors include RJ Bianculli from Emerald Brand, Gary Crompton from Aramark, Sunita Devi from New York University, Joe Dinistrian from CBRE, Sharon Eliatambe from the World Bank Group, Joe Gansey joined us from Sodexo, Heather Leanna from the International Monetary Fund, Rick Postiglione from Compass Group, Adam Varney from USAA, Raquel Weiss-Fusco from Elite Studio E, Justin Williams, Alicia Young from Intuit, and our young professional board advisor, Rob Yayak with Google. I'd like to now recognize the outgoing board members for their service and dedication to SHFM over the past several years. So please join me in thanking Rob Guile, our immediate past president. I would personally like to thank Rob for his counsel, his dedication to SHFM, and certainly the support he's shown me during my year of presidency. Christy Noyes, who at the end of the year will become the immediate past chair for our foundation, and what a wonderful job Christy did with the group for her term. Thank you very much. Shane, we've called your name as a senior supplier. We're sorry to see you go, but we know that you'll always be around for all of us to help and support. Justin Williams, thank you for everything that you've done. You've been a part of this from the beginning, and certainly a person that for helping me. So thank you so much. Alicia Young, thank you for your time as director. And as I said, Rob Yayak, our young professional board advisor. Thank you all. I'd also like to take this moment to introduce our new incoming board members. We're very proud to announce, and you've seen this before in some of the press releases, but I'm very happy to share Eric Cooley from the PepsiCo food service team. Joe Gansey, who's returning for another year after recently joining us to fill an unexpired term from the board appointment. Helene Keenan from ISS Guggenheimer. Bob Klockner from Vivero Advanced Water Systems. Christine Mosley from Coca-Cola. And our new young professional board advisor, Jenna Calhoun from Nestle USA. Welcome aboard. Finally, I'd like to introduce our new officers for the coming year. Damian Monticello will be your president. Rob Gebhardt will be your president-elect. And Sharon Eliatambe will be taking over the role of treasurer. Raquel Weiss-Fusco will be taking over the role of senior supplier. We will be welcoming Janine Cosgrove Albert as she joins the executive committee as our foundation chair in January. And I will be your immediate past president. I'm quite sure many people have heard my voice over these last bunch of months. I'll be happy to hear that. I wanted to say that SHFM has fared very well during this extremely difficult year, making decisions to help our members as much as possible by extending our membership renewal grace period, as well as making our SHFM virtual events free to our members during this very hard time for our industry. Our membership marketing committee has taken the appropriate tone to match the industry struggles and reached out to help our members wherever possible. Thank you to the membership committee chair, Janine Cosgrove Albert, with At Your Service staffing, and subcommittee chairs, Amy Lewis with Kitchens to Go and Dennis Bell with Tyson Foods. Thank you so much for your service and your passion for the organization. Our local events have of course not been able to meet in person this year. However, I'd like to thank our local committee chairs for holding a very successful virtual local event this past Tuesday. I'd also like to thank Bob Klockner again with Vivero Advanced Water Systems for serving as our national chair this year. I'd also like to thank the committee members and chairs in each of the following markets. In Atlanta, chair, Gary Brenneman with Compass Group. In Boston, Amy Lewis with Kitchens to Go. Our California chair, Ricky Postiglione with Compass Group. Our Charlotte co-chairs, Dan Morgan with Wells Fargo and Genevieve Stoner with Thompson Hospitality. The Chicago chairs, Sandy Edwards with Guggenheimer, Bob Klockner with Vivero Advanced Water Systems, and Allison Petruccia with Sodexo. Our Dallas co-chairs, Nancy Bent with Compass Group and Aileen Schuch with Flik Hospitality Group. Our Florida chair of Katie Brown with Aramark, and our New York City chair, Karen DePerry from HMG. In Philadelphia, we have our co-chairs, Amy Bendikovitz with Unidyne Corporation and Justin Drew. And finally, our Washington, D.C. chair, Heather Leanna from the International Monetary Fund. Watch for new added markets in the coming year for our local program as we're able to begin meeting in person again. Our Diversity Council has also been hard at work, and we saw that the efforts of the council in our Conversations That Matter series, which was presented virtually. Thank you to our chair, Donna Ford with Sodexo, and co-chair Becky Smith with Clark Food Service Equipment. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our board liaison, Victoria Vega, and special committee member, Sumi Dependentetis, for all their contributions to the Conversations That Matter series. We look forward to your plans for the coming year, as we know this will be another hot topic. And what would it be of all these efforts if we didn't have our marketing committee promoting the good work SHFM does? So thank you to our chair, Karen DePerry with HMG. As we move forward into 2021, we will be combining our marketing and membership committees to create even more synergy for our membership and marketing efforts. Finally, I'd also like to thank our past chair, Katie DeSimone with Compass Group, and our current chair, Danielle Peterson with Vivero, for chairing the SHFM Rising Star Group. Finally, We've been undergoing the development of a new strategic plan. Before the pandemic, we had planned to hold our strategic planning meetings face-to-face. As the situation unfolded, we switched to developing the plan virtually, which I have to say was not an easy format for the strategic planning. But for strategic planning task force has succeeded in creating an innovative plan to carry us into the next 3 years. While we are fine-tuning the plan now, the board will be set to approve the final version on December 16th. I'd like to thank our task force, who includes Russ Benson with Day One Hospitality and Consulting, Janine Cosgrove Albert with At Your Service Staffing, Scott Davis from the Flik Group, Flik Hospitality Group, Rob Gebhardt from JLL, Rob Guile with the Alley Group, Sarah Keller with Cushman & Wakefield, Damian Monticello with Guidewell, Christine Mosley with Coca-Cola, Danielle Peterson from Vivero Advanced Water Systems, Suzanne Sellers-Ryan with PepsiCo, Raquel Weiss-Fusco with Elite Studio E. I also had a little role in participating in the task force because I feel like Tony told me to. And finally to our FSA team, Tony Butler, Julie Mimic, and Peg Plout for keeping us on target, to keeping us focused and making a great product out of it. So thank you all for our service, for your service, and most importantly, helping the future of our society. I'd now like to ask our Foundation Chair, Christy Noyes, to introduce the Foundation Board of Directors.
Thank you, Rob. It's my pleasure to introduce our SHFM Foundation Board of Directors. Janine Cosgrove Albert, At Your Service Staffing. Billy Fleming, Sodexo. Betsy Klein, Aramark. Ed Krause, Compass Group. Danielle Mason, Jackson Warewashing. Tim Mehlberg, Michigan State University. Carolyn Milea, New York University. Corey Silverstein, Flik Hospitality Group. And Devin Wickstrom, Vivero. I'd also like to introduce our new incoming board member, Curtis Lease with Aramark. We look forward to working with you, Curtis. I'd like to thank the following board members for committing to another term on the Foundation Board. Janine Cosgrove Albert, At Your Service Staffing. Billy Fleming, Sodexo. Ed Krause, Compass Group. And I would like to now recognize our outgoing board member for her service and dedication over multiple terms with the Foundation, Betsy Klein with Aramark. Thank you, Betsy, very much for all you've done for the Foundation. Much appreciated. Finally, I will be continuing as the Foundation's immediate past chair for 2021, and I am very excited to be welcoming Janine Cosgrove Albert to the role of Foundation Chair beginning in January 2021. I know she's going to do a fantastic job. I'd like to thank our board for their hard work and dedication this year, and we will be in very good hands with this fine group of leaders. One final thank you, and that is to our Foundation Fundraising Committee, who helps the Foundation through their efforts throughout the year. And this is a very long group of volunteers, and we thank them all. Erica Randgard, Patrick Morlando, Susanna Ryan, Tiffany Tricroach, Rachel Teschlau, I apologize, Rachel, Amanda Surik, Andrew Levy, Carrie Colzow, Phil Sweeney, Francine Freifeld, Sumi De Benedictis, Amir Kamal, Gina Brophy, Brittany Tacopina, Stephanie Kennedy, Edward Howard, Harper Lee, and Adam Venor. Thank you all for all your time and effort on behalf of the Foundation. Last thank you is to the group who made our October in-person golf tournament a reality. Our president, Rob Gordon, thank you, Rob, for really instigating the outing and for all the work you did on that. We appreciate it. And also the Foundation board members, Janine Cosgrove Albert, Danielle Mason, and David Wickstrom, as well as all of our volunteers that helped out, Justin Drew, Gina Brophy, Chris Lewis, and Stephanie Kennedy. Thank you all so much. And thank you to everyone who supports the foundation efforts and events throughout the year. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Christy. Okay, let me pick this up. All right, I appreciate that, Christy, and thank you, and welcome to all of our new foundation board members, and thank you to those that have served in the past. We're extremely pleased that the foundation was able to hold the golf tournament as well and honor our past president, Tony Kazuba. Now, as a quorum is present, I would ask that the membership vote on the recommended amendment to the SHFM bylaws. The proposed bylaw revision was sent via broadcast email to all members last month prior to the scheduled virtual meeting as is required pursuant to Article 13 of the bylaws. The Board of Directors is submitting one bylaw amendment for consideration by the members of the society, as you will see this on your screen. The amendment is in addition as follows. Additionally, if you go look through it, it says, additionally, the director nominating committee shall seek to achieve, to the extent feasible, diversity among nominees with respect to gender, race, age, ethnicity, sexual orientation, education, including geographic location and level of position, as well as other attributes that may be determined by the SHFM Board of Directors. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. If there's any discussion, please raise your virtual hand located in the toolbar and we will open up your mic. Okay. As there is no discussion, we will vote using
Sorry.
the... Oh,
There is-
sorry,
there is
apologies.
one.
Okay, I'm sorry. I jumped too quick.
You're all right.
Is there a question?
Tim, you'll need to unmute to speak.
I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the hand and I did not mean to.
No worries.
Okay. Okay. So before we forward is if there's no discussion, I'd ask that we vote using the polling feature within Zoom. Please use the poll on your screen to vote either A or nay. Yay or nay.
Rob, this might take just a moment.
Go ahead. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. I'll give you about 10 more seconds to vote if you want to vote, and then we'll close the poll. Okay, we are going to close the poll.
So I'm having trouble viewing the poll.
I just shared the results.
There we go. There we go. Oh, well, there we go. Good sign.
Yes.
Okay. So viewing the poll, the motion passes and the bylaw amendment is adopted. Thank you. And I think this is really going to be something that's going to help set us, set a course for a good future for our organization. Before we close the business meeting, I wanted to see if there's any other business to be brought before the board meeting, before the board of this meeting. If so, please again, raise your virtual hand.
Looks like no additional business.
Okay, good, good. Before we leave, I just want to make sure one thing. I want to thank everybody for their time, their patience with me this year, and helping support the organization during these crazy times. There's never been a time or a moment that somebody hasn't leaned in to help. And I've said this before, and I've joked many times with everybody that it's not the year that I expected, but I would tell you, working with this organization, the group of people, FSA, Tony and the full team, I would not give this back for anything in the world. So I appreciate being your leader, your ambassador over the time. And I have a great deal of respect for those that have gone before me, and certainly those will come after me. So I wish people only the best, healthy, safe time during this holiday season. And again, a real big thank you for the work that you've all done. If there's no other business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will motion that we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I will second.
All those in favor of the motion, vote yay or nay via the poll.
And Rob, very surprisingly, it looks like it will pass overwhelmingly.
All right. I'm not sure if it's passing because they just are sick and tired of hearing me, or they're actually passing because they want to move along. Both are working now. But no, thank you, everybody. The motion passes. Thank you all for attending today. I look forward to interacting with you all during our upcoming virtual conference beginning December 1st. If you've not registered, I encourage you to register. We've made registration completely complimentary to all of our members. Thank you so much for your time, for your effort, for your passion for the organization, and for your support of myself and my time. I ask that everybody continues that same passion going forward for Damien, for Rob, as well as for Sharon and her time. So thank you all. Very appreciative. And to better days for all of us. Keep safe, be well. Thank you. Gordon out. I would
Mic drop.
hit a gavel, but Tony has never